Good morning, everyone. This is just going to be a little craft with me today as I continue working on this journal made out of a vintage science textbook, teacher's edition. I pretty much completed one signature. So let me just flip through it for you. I just put a little fabric here. So this is, let me just say, this is really fun for me because I am just throwing whatever I find into this book. It does not have a theme. This is a book I've been wanting to make for a long time. And I'm going to be making a few of these. I'll probably put two together in my shop because I have another one like this, the same size, just different picture on the front, different title. But I'll probably put those two together at the same time in the shop. Not together, but, listed separately. And then I pulled three more covers, so hopefully I'll be able to make the other three also. But I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm just pulling out stuff that I have. So this, I was looking through my trims, and I had this that I got at a flea market. Or I think I got it at a flea market. I don't think somebody sent this to me. And it's just this starched fabric strip. Kind of like a bias tape or something. And so I just cut, and I've never used it. So I cut a piece of it and just wrapped it around that first page. So that's what I'm talking about. Just things that I don't use, that I have and I want to use. I'm just looking around and grabbing stuff and throwing it into these journals. So these are true junk journals. This is a piece of, I guess it's scrapbook paper, and I believe someone did send that to me. There's one of the flashcards that I showed in a stashistry yesterday, and it's got the postage stamps, and I just put a little reinforcement on there that I had colored. And a tag from my stencil book. And this is one that I made in another stashistry about milk bottle caps. So you can journal on that side, and it's collaged on that side. This is a typing textbook page. You can journal here, and I just did a little collage here. Somebody gave me this Pennsylvania lottery ticket from 1972. Somebody personally gave that to me. They pulled it out of their pocketbook and asked me if I wanted it, and I can't remember who it was. If it was my daughter-in-law or, I don't know, I don't remember. It was just a few days ago. That's how bad I am. This is a small piece of scrapbook paper, and I added this little flashcard that I had put some postage stamps on, and it became a little tuck spot. So there's one of the cards that I did yesterday with a journaling spot, and a French vocabulary card, and a little map tag that I printed. I don't want to go into a lot of detail because I'll do that when I do the flip through. So let me just go through it. A little children's book page. Adam chose this card yesterday. He came up, he was done with his charter school, came up, and I was about ready to pick a card to put on the corner. So I gave him a box of cards, and I told him to choose one. And that's the one he chose. And I just glued a little label on there. This is a printable from Tsunami Rose. I'm also using some digitals that I've had printed for a while. This is a children's book page, vintage steno book page. This is from a cookbook, and it has mushrooms on one side and leeks on this side. But I put one of the little globe tuck spots there that I had made the other day. And then this children's book page, actually it came out of one of these science books that I'm actually making. Little bag here, children's book page. There's an envelope with some things tucked in that I will sew into the center. Another envelope. I sewed this collage fabric strip on here as a little tuck spot. And then on the back, this morning, just playing around, I did some stamping on some vintage library pocket, well, a vintage library pocket, and then a new one. So I just used my very large number stamps that I never use, just stamped a random number on there, and used some of my collaging stamps. And then I tucked in this printable that didn't get used in a project. And then I put in this card that I made with my map stashistry episode. That goes in there. This is the other library pocket. This was one that I had purchased. I don't have very many left. This actually might be the last one. But I stamped on that too. You notice the same numbers? Just switched them around because they were already dirty. So that one will probably go in the other science book. So now I'm starting on the next signature. I'll just set this one aside. I stapled on this little tab that I purchased in a digital, and I don't know who it was. I'm using so many digitals in this, I'm not going to be able to tell you who they all are. But I just stapled that on there. So I'm just trying to see what I might want to do in this book. I'll add this flashcard in somewhere. How about right there? Better turn this a little bit. Seems dark over here in my little sewing corner. It is a rather gloomy day. It's not raining right now. It's sprinkled some, but it's gloomy. Just came back from the post office mailing some items. Thank you for purchasing, if you were one of those people that just purchased from me. I've been doing pretty well at getting things listed in my shop. I'm working hard at it, and I appreciate it when you go over and check it out and come away with something. Oh, these are just beautiful, beautiful scraps of paper. They're cut to just the right size. This isn't one of them. I know I have this paper pad, so I must have cut these down to stick in there. So let's put one of those in here. I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller. Okay, I've got my paper trimmer behind me. I just had to clear a space for it on my little tray here. That fits in there nicely. I like to round the corners. Put some fabric in here. Let's do one of these really fun daisies. Looking to see if I have something to put on the top. How about some of this wild stuff? It unravels as soon as you cut it. But I'm going to sew it down. So I'm going to leave those loose ends because they're kind of cool. So Adam is here again doing his computer schooling. But tomorrow, I watched Layla Tuesday night, and then the boys yesterday and today. And I'm going to have them late today because their mom has to work 12 hours today. But tomorrow, I don't have any babysitting, so after I work, I'm going to go up to the flea market that I haven't been to in over a month. And then I'm, you know, getting rid of stuff, but I always have to see what's there. On Saturday, my sister and I are going to go to a farmer's market in Dundee, New York, or Penn Yan, New York. Both in this, I never know. I think the address is Dundee, but it might actually be in Penn Yan. I don't know, but anyway, it is a farmer's market that's only open on Saturdays, and I don't like to go in the summer because it's so hot there. But I love to go in the fall when the Concord grapes and the Niagara grapes are ready because I love those grapes. And they have, you know, they have all kinds of vendors. There's lots of Amish there. So there's lots of Amish baked goods and groceries and produce and stuff like that. So they don't have, and there are like flea market type vendors too, but I never see anything really that's for junk journals, except for sometimes books. So I'm looking forward to checking those things out. There used to be a little shed, a vendor that had a little shed that had children's books. Well, they had all kinds of books, but lots of children's books, like crates of little golden books. But I don't think they had too many of them the last time I went, which wasn't last year. I didn't get to go last year. Just couldn't fit it into the schedule with other people. I don't go by myself because I don't drive up there. But anyway, I'll look and see what they have. But I'm looking forward to the grapes and just walking around having fun. And then hopefully I'm gonna go again in 2 weeks, 2 weeks later with a friend. So I don't mind going twice in 1 year, since I didn't get to go at all last year. I just didn't want to have two plain white pages there at the same, you know, like right together. This is actually a flyleaf from a vintage book that I took apart. It's a nice quality paper, but you wouldn't know it's a flyleaf. It just looks like white paper. But I added a little decoration to it. See, I put this on the back already, and I put one of my pocket tags in there, so I have that. Oh, I know, I want to put some little fabric tabs or something on some of the pages. I think I have some tabby type of things already. Oh, no, I don't. I just have small flips and big flips. No tabs. we're going to make a tab. There's a piece of music paper or fabric. Do you watch Ken Burns documentaries on PBS? I love Ken Burns documentaries. So I haven't been paying attention much at all to TV. So I didn't realize that there had been one on. He's got a new one out on PBS about country music. So I'm on satellite, and I was able to record all the ones that I missed. For some things you can do that. So I started watching that. It was pretty interesting. So I learned how the Grand Ole Opry got its name. And I learned about why the Carter family is so important to country music. I heard of the Carter family, but mostly because my dad was a Johnny Cash fan, and he married June Carter. So anyway, I canceled my satellite just because I just don't watch enough TV to make it worth paying for. But I'm already paid up through mid-October, so I should be able to watch that series before I lose my cable or my satellite. So I just wondered if you've watched it. He does such excellent documentaries, so that even if it's a topic that you're not particularly interested in, it's interesting. He just makes it interesting. I'm going to take one of these really old cards. This is a 1900 copyright on this. 1909. Bought these at a flea market a few years ago, and they're just such great little cards. I have to stop hoarding them and use them. So I'd like to know what you think about these kind of books with like the junky junk journals with everything thrown in. There's no, I don't like to say junky, but there's no digital kits in here. There are digital images. This is a page that I had prepared for another journal, and it didn't get used. And it already had this tag little card stuck in there, so I just put it in there. I'd like to know what you think about these kind of journals, because I love making them. And I'm nervous about it, I have to say. I'm nervous about making a bunch of these to put in my shop. If I can be frank, I am used to, I don't know, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm used to my journals selling the same day that I put them in my shop. Because that's what's been happening pretty much since I opened my shop. Because of all you guys, because I have a good following on YouTube, and so I advertise on YouTube, and then you guys go over and buy the journals. So, but the last two journals that I did are still in my shop, and it's been a week. So, I don't know why, and it makes me nervous now. I know lots of people have journals that are in their shops for a long time before they sell. But just because that's not what I'm used to, it makes me wonder what is wrong with these journals. And are people going to like these? And I never had to worry about that before, really. I just made them and put them in, and somebody wanted them. So, I don't know. I know with Etsy's policy now of free shipping, their free shipping thing that you've probably heard about because there's been lots of videos about it. This is really cool. This came out off the cover of a book about lettering. It was a paperback book. And it fits in there. How great. So I didn't think that the free shipping thing would affect me. I haven't talked about the free shipping at all because I'm not going to participate in that. I can't afford to. I'm just a small seller. We all are on Etsy. We are small, artsy sellers. We're supposed to be different from the big box stores. And Etsy is now trying to compete with Amazon and the big box stores by offering free shipping, or trying to get us to offer free shipping. But they suggest that we raise our prices to absorb the cost of the shipping, and that's deceitful. You're not getting free shipping. So I am not offering the free shipping, and because I'm not offering free shipping, I am not going to be top at the search bar when you are searching. When you type in something to look for it, my shop is not going to come up because I'm not offering free shipping. That they're kind of like punishing those of us who don't want to offer the free shipping by favoring those who do. So I didn't think that it would hurt my shop because my advertising is pretty much done on my shop. But maybe it does hurt my shop. I don't know. So I have just decided I need to just give it to God. My shop is God's shop, and I trust Him with my business. I need my business, or else I'm going to have to get a real job. I have a part-time job to help out, but I need my business, my Etsy business. I'm a widow, and I need this business. So I'm just giving it to God and trusting Him with it. So I did not intend to say any of that today or any time, but I'm just talking to my friends. So I hope you don't mind. But I would really like your opinion on these types of journals because, like I said, I love making these types of journals and I want to make more. Lots more. I wonder if my grandson can hear me talking to myself up here. I didn't tell him I was going to be making a video. He's downstairs in the dining room at the table doing his schooling. And I wonder if he can hear me. Thinking Grandma's up there talking to herself. What's the matter with that old lady? I'm just going to put this over here. I've got some teardrop-shaped paper clips that I got from Amazon. And I don't know what I did with that cute little box they came in. So when I find it, if I find it in time, I'm going to replace paper clips with some of those teardrops because they're so pretty. Okay, do I need anything else in here? What did I do in this one that this one didn't get? I can put on another guest jack like that one has. Anyway, I started talking about that PBS show about country music because I have one of the songs that they played going through my head. I always have a song in my head. Do you? At the very end, like during the closing credits of that show, I am positive it was Dolly Parton singing this song that I had never heard before. It was a real country song, and it was cool. I don't know the name of it. I don't remember what the song was about, but it was cool. I've never heard that, and she did an awesome job on it. So I would recommend, if you can watch PBS, to go to PBS and look for Ken Burns' documentary on country music. I bet my dad's not watching it, and he's a big country music fan. But I bet he doesn't know about it. So let me start putting stuff in the tuck spots. That'll help fill it in and help me see where I'm at. I'm going to get rid of some of these flower seed packet printables. Just the ones that are printed on cardstock. This is a printable. I have a few envelopes that I printed that are in my drawer, so I'm going to use some of those. I'm going to use up some of these journaling cards. Of course, I'll seal the envelope shut after I sew it into the signature. I think this needs something. I'm going to put a tab on here. So, do you think it would help my business, my selling of journals, if I went back to reserving books? So if someone wanted this journal that I'm working on right now, I would reserve it for somebody. I haven't been doing that because it is more work for me to do it that way in some ways. And then I have to wait for that person to come and buy the book, you know. But if that's what's going to help me sell my journals, then I'll go back to doing that. Just let me know what your thoughts are, please. Please, please, please. You're my customers. You drive my business. Well, I didn't put a fabric flip in here, so let's do that. Then I think this signature is pretty much done. A lot of the work is done beforehand with the making of all of these pieces of ephemera that I'm just adding in here now. I did, off camera, I did the work of selecting and cutting the pages. So it seems like the book is coming together quickly, but it's because of all the work that I did beforehand, so it's not as quick as it looks. I love that. Okay. Let's look at signature 3. See how far we can get. Let's see what time it is. Oh, I think I'm going to have to stop because I think my grandson's lunch break just started and I need to go make him some lunch. So maybe I'll do a part 2 when he goes back to class. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back. Bye-bye.